Good evening and welcome to DeWitt 3D on this marvelous Sunday night. I think we got a few people on already. It says 5 are watching, but I see Russ Gare, hello, MG20TX, hello, and Cliff D, who says Dello. Well, Dello to you too. I know what you meant. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful week and everybody is having a wonderful weekend so far. I don't know why I keep looking above the camera. I guess that's because that's where my main TV is, but hey, what the heck. So everybody is doing good. I hope we have 5. We'll give it a few minutes more and we'll wait for some other folks to pop in, and we'll sort of go over how we're coming along on what has become known as the Barbie build. So the Barbie Zero. You'll probably see that there has been a fair bit of work done on it through the week. Some tedious, boring stuff. I know my stream tonight said motors, but I think I've gotten ahead of myself a little bit with the motors and some belts. But that's not a bad thing. It means we're making good progress on this build. So Jack Faxon, hello, and Steve Alpha, hello. How are you guys? Good to see you guys here. And we still have 5. So we have a Russ, MG20 Tex, Cliff, Steve, and Jack. Those are the 5 that are on stream. Those are the 5 that said hello. It may just be a small stream tonight, so we'll see if a few more people pop in. In the meantime, there's one tool I need to grab myself. I don't remember which drawer I put it in. Might not even be in one of these drawers. There they are. There they are, right here. I am going to grab, looks like Tim is almost ready to print Pink Barbie Corvette. Almost. It's getting there. A lot of electronics to go yet, Russ. So I'm grabbing myself. I don't know if you work on electronics, on printers and stuff, these are a great little set to have for pulling your pins out of your little plugs, right? So I lost this for the longest time. I lost this set. Actually, I think there's 2 sets here. And I lost them and I was heartbroken, and I was cleaning up the studio one day and I found them. So this is good. This is a good thing. I'm just going to separate this one loop from this loop. There we go. Yeah, I think I have 2 sets here. And then there's, yeah. Anyways, I'm just going to quickly take, I've got the bed cables here, and I'm just going to quickly take this. I can't feed this one, get this one cable out of the drag chain because it's got a plug on the end, and I'm just going to quickly, if I can get that back out of here, I'm going to take that plug off so I can pull it through. Doesn't want to. Don't be stubborn. Don't be stubborn. Where's my tweezers? Here's my tweezers. Yeah, we're getting there. We're making some good progress on this little printer now that things are going along. I keep questioning myself as I've been going here as far as what I'm going to do for a hot end. You are stuck in here, aren't you? Why? How did you get stuck in there? You weren't stuck in there yesterday. Come on. There we are. There it is. Good. Hey, how you doing, Tor? Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. So I should be able to use one of these double-ended pick dibbers, and that's a little wide. And there's usually ones made for every size. And that one looks like it'll work. So if I push down on these pins, let's just see if I can get this out real quick. Then we're going to run some belts. And 9 people on now. Good. We'll just do some tedious stuff and chat here while we wait and see if anybody else is going to show up. I usually get an average of 20, 25 folks watching, but it's a weekend. It's a nice weekend. Well, it wasn't a nice weekend here. It was actually quite cold. Okay, that might be a little wide. Maybe that's why that's not working so well. Do I have a narrower one? Let me just try one pin at a time then. Probably easier just to do my old method and just use a little screwdriver and push those pins out of the way and get them out. Or it might be just easier to cut the wire and put new pins in. There we go. We got the one out. And the second one should come out now that I've got the feel for it. Man, this one's being stubborn. There we go. Okay, we got them both out. Good. Okay. Throw these back in the bag. Watched my new vertical heat press machine video too yesterday. Oh, good. Glad. I hope you liked it. It's a nice little heat press. It's sitting right there. It's a nice little heat press. It works really well. Guy the Jedi, hello. Designed a mold for a silicone nozzle wiper. Now just need a mount for it. Yeah, there you go. That's one thing I haven't done is a nozzle wiper yet. Okay, so we got those wires out. Now we can get this drag chain off of this thing and give us a little bit more room. One thing I noticed, and this is still good, and I don't think I butchered my pins too much. Let's see. No, that's still good. And yeah, both those pins should be fine to put back in. One thing I noticed about this build, and I'm going to stick with this camera angle most of the night, I think, because my desktop camera, one of my plugs is being wonky, so I have to either get a new cable or fix the plug inside the camera. I'm just hoping it's a new cable, so we'll see. Anyways, let me zoom this camera in a little bit. Boom, there we go. So one thing I noticed on this, and there's really not much I can do about it because I don't want to buy a new bed, is the way the bed mounts on the Tri-Zero is we have the two screws on the front, okay, the two mounts on the front and a single center mount on the back. Well, the way the bed was mounted on the original 0.1, the electronics were coming out of the back of the bed. Now, in order to mount the bed on the Tri-Zero like this, the electronics are actually coming out the front of the bed, so I'm going to have to pull them back and tuck them in through behind here. So, which is not a big deal, but I found that interesting. So you'll see now that we have motors mounted here. We have feet mounted, which we didn't have before. Let me just go ahead and turn this over this way. So we got our 3Z motors mounted here. Uno, dos, treso. Something just, and then we have our feet on. Okay, I had to buy these bulky feet off Amazon. They were $7 for 8 feet, which isn't bad. Tor says, you design to cover the clips into the extrusion to cover up the wiring. Yeah, I could probably do that. I got to be careful because the bed's going to get really hot too. But if I do it out of ABS, it would probably be fine. So we'll look at that after. We'll look at that at a later time. But that's a great idea. So yeah, we have our Z's, and then we've ran our belt for our back Z and our two front Z's. You'll see as I stand it up here that we have our belts running. Okay, we have them running and we've tensioned them. These are the belt tensioners right here. There's a little M3 screw up underneath in each of these that you basically tighten to tension the belt. And then the rear belt tensioner is this guy right here. Okay, so when I move this extrusion out of the way, there's a middle screw here, which when you tighten that screw, it pulls up this pulley, which the belt wraps around, and that tensions your middle Z, your back belt. So now you can also see right here, let me zoom in a bit, how we've clipped the belts off. You have Wagos on the bottom side of the bed. I do. There's 4 Wagos on each side. You can kind of see them right in there. There you go. You can see the Wagos. There's 4 on each side of the bed. So that's where we'll be connecting the bed, and then the bed will go from the Wago to, I haven't even looked at the wiring yet, so I'm not sure how the wiring on this is going to work. But that's pretty cool. But yeah, and if I zoom in on the front here a little bit, I wish this desktop camera had stopped working. You know what? Let me try something. It's this camera here that I use on my desk. It's the A5100, and the wire, the plug, the HDMI plug, the mini HDMI plug just seems to be a little wonky. So let me see if I can get it to cooperate for me. because it's so much better for these little close-up shots I want to do. Stephen Machado, hello. As that stands, if you use the V0 repo rear right foot, it has a runout sensor built into it. Does it? Oh. Oh, thanks, Tor. It is a cool build. So I'm just going to quickly, I'm going to pop the battery in here again. This went in, I think, yeah, this way here. That's the permanently plugged in battery, or as I call it, the PPB. No, I don't. Okay, and then in the other side, I'm going to plug in my HDMI, which I did have strain relief on, but maybe I just need to give it a little bit more. Because I think what was happening is it was pulling back. And let's just see. Let's see if that's cooperated for me. If I power it on, and let's see if we in fact do work. Now, see if I wiggle the cable. There, we get it to work now. But I can at least show you here. So if we zoom in here, you can see right there on the left. This is how that's kind of how we mount, not kind of, that's how we mount the belts. Okay, so we have the belt coming up from top that loops around or loops in itself, and the belt coming down from the bottom that comes around, loops into itself, and it works really well. And then it's obviously the same on the other side there, belts in there. Now on the Z, let's see, those are the two front Zs. On the back Z, can we see it from the back? I can't totally see it from the back, but on the back Z, the same kind of loop pattern appears in this piece that is now screwed in, and you can see where my tails of my belts are sticking out here, top and bottom. So they're wrapped around on the same sort of configuration on the inside of this. So the belts were pretty easy to do. For this one, for instance, I actually fixed the belt in their positions before I screwed that piece into place, which made it real easy. So that is clever belt routing, isn't it, Stephen? Yeah, for sure. Let's see what happens if I let this cable go. Yeah, this camera's got a bit of a loose cable. So right there, you can see it's the cable. This is the HDMI cable there, and it's wobbly as to whether it's going to work or not. But we'll leave that right there in case I need it. At least I can kind of fiddle with the cable and get it working. There is one more piece that screws onto the back here to cover this. I don't remember which piece it was, but we're going to have a look at we'll have a look at that as we move along through the CAD drawing and everything. So yeah, we're making some good progress. So we got the bed mounted. The upgrade kit came with these 3 brass bed mounts, 2 in the front and 1 in the back. I assume they go that way around. I don't think it matters, but the bed is mounted nice and solidly on there. We do have independent movement on all of the 3 Z axes at the moment, right? As you can see there. And that will all level itself out. I assume we're going to be doing not a quad gantry leveling, but a different, I forget what the one on the Trident's called, when you level your 3 points of your bed. And then we have the X axis on here. It's running nice and smoothly. And along the Y, the X gantry is running nice. And then we have the mount for that. Now we did print a successful print of the hot end mount, which is going to assist us in mounting the belts, the AB belts. So we just finished this print yesterday here. This is a different print than comes in the standard kit. This is for the wider MGN 9 linear rail. So that guy's going to go up here, and then we're going to obviously mount the belts through here. So we're going to work on the belts. I happen to have lots of belt. When we rebuilt the Trident, I took the belts out of the Trident and we put new belts in the Trident, and the old Trident belts were perfectly good and they were plenty of belt. I haven't even opened the belt that came with the upgrade kit for this thing yet. And I haven't even had to touch the old belts on this. So we have tons of 9mm belt, so that's fine. Hello, Jose and Jack Z-Tilt. Thanks, Jack. Z-Tilt, that's what it's called. And Brent Ferguson, hi. And Jose, hello. So yeah. I get quad gantry leveling and Z-tilt mixed up. They both do the same thing. One does it in 4 corners, one does it in 3 spots. So there we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead now. I'm going to attempt to go ahead now and run the belts. This is I guess, my least favorite part of these builds to a point. Here, let me switch back to this guy here. One of my least favorite parts of this is running the belts, but it shouldn't be because it's it should be easy, but I have big, massive fingers, and we're talking tiny little 9mm belts going into tight spaces. So let's go ahead and see if I can't run one of these belts now. So I'm going to maybe do an overhead view for this. There we go. Because this, you can kind of see how the belt path is going to kind of figure its way around here. So let's see. Z-tilt also works on 2 spots like your Ender 5 Plus. Oh, okay. There we go. Bamboo Lab is having a sale. Thinking about getting the A1 Mini. Russ, you will not be disappointed with that printer. Just so you know, there's an A1 Mini sitting right here. If I switch to this, you can see it just sort of over there with the AMS Lite. It's a great time to get a Mini now. It's a heck of a good price, and it's a heck of a good printer. I'll be doing a video on the A1 Mini. Yeah, you can see it right there. Boop. I'll be doing a video on that and the results I've been having with it, which are phenomenal. I'll be doing a video on that coming up. So maybe I'll just leave this view for now, and then we'll switch between this and the overhead. I'm really sad that this little camera is giving me problems, and I'm really sad that I didn't bring myself a drink. I may have to take a break and get a drink after. So, okay, so belts. Now, normally I'm going to watch something on there to get a belt path thing, but let's see if in the Fusion 360 do I actually have a belt path. I do have a belt path showing. So here we go. Here's the CAD drawing, which is what I've been basing everything on so far. We've been switching between this, which is the box 0. And for those that didn't join us in the beginning, this particular box 0 does not have linear rails, which I find interesting. I cannot see how that can run smooth up and down the post like that. And then we've been switching between that one and this one, which is a Tri-Zero build, which just has the standard top hat on it, which we're not doing. We're doing the larger box 0. So I've been switching between these two for the build, because there is no official manual from the way I was doing it. So I'm going to probably go, because the box 0 had a slightly different setup on the AB motors, we're going to go back to the box 0, and I'm going to remove the frame. I'm going to remove the panels, and I'm going to remove the Z stuff, and I'm going to remove the enclosure, and I am going to remove the hot end if I can. Let's see, that's part of the gantry. So the hot end should fall. Oh, yeah, so if I expand the gantry, AB drives we're going to keep in, front idlers we're going to keep in, we're going to keep that in, and don't really need those Y rails in. And I think I can probably look at it and get it from here. I'm just trying to think where the hot end is located in this. There we go, the X-axis. And tool head we can get rid of. There we go. So this will give me a clear look at the route of the belt. If I take this piece off, which is not that one, not that one. Oh, so we got to collapse this down a little bit more. Forgive me. I want to take off the upper. And then on the B drive, did I totally turn the B drive off? I did. Look at that. On the B drive, I'm going to take off the upper. There we go. This gives us a really, really good look at the belt path that we need to do now to feed these belts through. So I'm going to, forgive me for 1 second, I'm going to get back over. I got to move the chat window so I can see you guys while I reference this drawing. So we're going to go ahead and take somewhere at the top here, I think is where I can pop out the chat. Oh, no. Bear with me 1 second. Right here, I can go in, pop out chat. There we go. And I can move that over here. And I can then expand that. Here, you guys don't need to watch all this. And there we go. Hey, Nuno Vincent, how are you, sir? Hello, hello. Stephen Labat, hello, hello. Awesome, good to see you guys here. Okay, so now that we got the chat window popped out, I can go ahead now and I can reference my CAD drawing for my belt runs. There we go, there we go. Space mouse at work. So I can use this. So we'll go ahead and run the lower belt first. And the lower belt is being pulled by I believe this is the A motor here. So lower belt's going to be with the A motor geared. And let's go ahead and figure that out. So the lower belt starts in here, comes down. Oh man, how do I get rid of this? Let's get rid of this piece. There we go. I can get rid of that piece. That'll be fine. So the lower belt comes down around the front idler. Okay, good. So we'll go overhead here. We'll grab a belt. I'm pretty sure this is going to be long enough for at least one of the belt runs. Okay, so, the first thing I should do, well, I'm not going to screw this on yet because it's much easier to attach the belt here, here with this off, and then then we'll go ahead and set it on. But this gives me a great idea of how this lower belt's coming around. So the teeth of the lower belt, we're going to run through, let's see. No, this is going to come through here. No, it's going to come through here. Oh, we're on the lower one. Sorry, we've got to go to the lower one. We'll just give a lot of extra on this end, which is fine. I'm going to secure this with 1 or 2 screws just to hold it in place. The belt path looks like it's the same as the normal V0. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Just been a while since I've done it. Let me go in and I can't read this thing that YouTube does with these little heart comments. I've got to turn that off. The reactions. There we go. When I turn reactions off, I can actually see what people are writing because that little heart thing kind of covers things up, although it didn't seem to want to turn off. That's okay. Been a while since you'll be able to catch me live. Yes, it has been a while, hasn't it, Nuno? Okay. So we need some M3 6s, M1 6s here. I'm just going to use 2 of them for now. I'm just going to secure this on here as a temporary measure to just to keep it in place while I loop the belt around. So we'll just put 2 of these in. Well, that doesn't take M1s. That looks like it takes M2s or they're not M3s. Interesting. Let's see what this takes. Oh, it is an M3. Son of a gun. Who knew? Well, somebody out there knew. Okay, so probably an M38. That's because that's the larger linear rail. And do I want cap head or button head? What do I want? I want the button head. Okay. Where are you, M38? Sorry, socket head. Socket head. Same here, Andrew Humphrey. Yes, it's been a while. Thank you so much, Nuno. It's looking great. I'm kind of happy with it. It's the MGN9 rail. It's M3. Yes, I just figured that out the hard way. Well, the easy way, I guess. So used to using those M1s on these. That 8 is a little too long, but that's okay. All I want this to do for now is just hold this in place temporarily. There we go. Just so that the belt can I can make the belt hang in there. So here we go. So now I should cut this belt shorter because I know it's not going to take this length, but I don't know how long the belt needs to be. I'm sure there's instructions saying how long the belt needs to be, but what the heck. So as long as I keep it so it doesn't fold over and I keep it the same way, we are laughing. Okay, so now we're going to come around the lower one like so, and we're going to grab our tweezers and fish it through, force it through here. Be a good Barbie, get through. There we go. Okay, so we're going to come through this one. Okay, we are around the first one. And we're coming around the front pulley. Oh, stop. Whoa, foam tape installed. Hopefully temps get a little better. Okay, cool. This build would go perfectly with a Pandora gantry mod. Pandora gantry mod. You know, there's so many mods I have not kept up with them all. So forgive me if I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Okay, there's that one. Now we come back. Let me just move my CAD drawing here a little bit. Whoops. And I know I shouldn't need to use the CAD drawing, yes, but I do not want to make a mistake. Okay, that. I'm just going to get rid of the plastic part here, make it easier for me to see it. There we go. That makes it a little easier. So we're going down through the lower one. Let's get rid of this piece too. No, we don't want to get rid of that whole thing. This guy. Tensioner. Let's get rid of that. There we go. So we came down. We're coming across here and around. See, that doesn't make sense. I've got the teeth on the belt backwards already. See, I already made a mistake. Okay. Because on the drawing, it looked like the teeth were, yeah, okay. So we got to kind of start this over. That's all right. So we want to make sure that the teeth are coming on the outside so that when we do go around the motor, yeah, okay. Okie doke. So I'm just going to shove this guy in here. Give me lots. There we go. Okay. Now we'll do this. Now we'll do it properly. Nobody mentioned that I was doing it wrong. Do I know how Pandora's box V0? It's basically the same build you're doing, but with a slightly different gantry. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, hold in there. Hold in there. Okay. No, we're going in right this time anyways. The belts are the most boring part of the build, in my opinion, because it's a pain in the arse sometimes to get them through. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we'll be good. Belts are great. It means you're getting closer. Yeah, that's true. You know, Tor, that's a great way to look at it. Okay, come on through. It's a great way to look at it. Okay, and now we go back down through here. And we are going around the outside of the bottom one. It's going to loop directly in and around the tooth gear and out to this corner here. So there's what I'm looking at right here. So we are going to gear around this bottom idler, then it goes in around the extruder motor gears, and then it comes out around this corner one here on the bottom. So that's where we're going to loop that next. Yeah, it's easier said than done, because getting around the motor gears, if I recall, is the really fun part. Although this might not go too bad if I can push that through. I wonder if, no, I can't take the top off because that affects the motor and everything, because the motor is mounted to everything. So, okay, so we just need to be patient here. Where did I put my black tweezers? They're pointier. Right here. Okay. I don't want my head to get in the way, but if it does, I apologize. I'll try and keep my head off to the side. And I know there's different methods, different ways, different tricks you can use for doing this. I've used zip ties before to route the belts. But this shouldn't be too bad, as long as I can get a... There's the belt. You're coming out a bit low. Now, that's going to be fun to get back around this corner. But we'll try. Okay, and I'll catch up on the chat in a minute. This takes my extreme concentration. I wonder if I should. No, I shouldn't. I don't want to get into that, because then it's going to be hard to get in there to put that on. Saying, I wonder if I should take the tooth gear off and wrap it around it and then put it back through, but no. I think I'm just going to, we'll play with this for a bit, and if it gets too frustrating, this might pop off. No, see, if I pop this top off, I can't do that, because that'll ruin my bearing stack. So no, I can't cheat. But what I may do is I may end up doing the zip tie route for this, because this is a very tight path, and it keeps wanting to go down beside the motor gear, the tooth gear on the motor. Doesn't want to stick close to it. This is the part on the other builds where I would lose viewers, because it's a very, very boring part to watch. Number one, you don't get to see much. Number two, it just takes time and patience, period. There's no rushing it. You just kind of have to work through it. There we go. We're getting there. Now, if I can push that through, grip this. Andrew Humphrey's not going anywhere. You normally pull the belt tip out and bend to the direction you need to go, then guide it in. And you know what? Yes and no, but because in this particular one, it's got to go, first it's got to go around this way, then it's got to go around this way, then it's got to go around this way. So this is basically going in a tight S. If you look at, I appreciate that, but if you look at the drawing of this belt is going through here, around the pin, out here, and then basically another tight S turn. So basically we're going in an S here to get this belt in. And we're going to have to do the same on the other side. So this just takes patience. Now I'm making progress here. I've got it through, and I can see the end of the belt there. Now I just have to feed it through enough, and then I got to pull it out through this tight opening in the back. So I can see it there. Now if I can get it to wrap around this bearing and give it a push, if I can force it in there, Okay. This overhead view kind of sucks for you guys because I'm just going to do this one because really you can't see anything with my head in the way, and I have to put my head down here to actually get this to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to pull that through here. I've got plenty of belt now. I just need to kind of feed it around that wheel somehow. Let's try the curved tweezers. Now, can I get a grip on it from here? This is a case where I almost want to bring a zip tie in. Let's try that. Let me grab a zip tie, because a zip tie can act as a guide for it, of course. This one might be too big, but let's see. Now if I put the zip tie in through this way. No, I don't remember. Honestly, I probably blanked it out because it was so traumatic. I don't remember when I did this on my first 2.0 builds, but I do recall that the belts were the hardest part of the build. So if you've never done a 0, all I can say is that it's extremely tight right in here. It's very tight right in here. Okay. Where's that going? Okay. I've got lots of belt there. I just have to get it to go down the right path here. And I'm sure somebody like Steve Builds would have a really good suggestion as to how to get this done easier. But Steve has not been on my streams in a while. Okay, I'm going to put this, let me get a smaller zip tie. That's why I say to people, building your own printer teaches you a few things. One of the things it does teach you is patience. I kid you not, this teaches you patience. So if I put the zip tie, whoops. If I put the zip tie, just sit it right in here, it's going to force the belt down that, just down that one path. If I kind of say to it, okay, go down there. Okay, let's go down this path and come out. Do I see you? Oh, I've almost got it. I have almost got it. Oh, it's so close. Oh, I can taste it. It wants to come out. It really does. Oh, come on. Come on. Lordy. Oh, I got it. I got it. See, just takes patience. Right here. I'll show you if you go left. Right here. It's coming out right here. There we go. So the little zip tie trick helped a fair bit. Yeah, methinks that this is a little bit long, this belt. I didn't need quite this long, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, we got that. Yay. Okay. Phew. Here, I like this camera better than the overhead in the front one. There it is. There we go. I do find the short reel and your boop parts loosen over time, even with the blue Loctite. Yeah, I use Loctite in a few different things. Okay, we finally got it. Why you do that? Got it around the motor. We're on the bottom belt here, so now we're going to come around, and this is the bypass route over here. Let's go ahead and hide this thing on the B drive. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. There we go. So we're on the lower. We're going to do the bypass. So we're going to come down around the outside one, through the inside one. So we're just doing a small little S here. So we're going around this one, and this one here is where we're going next. So, okay, so that's this one. We're going through around this outside one. Okay, and we're going to go through this middle one, which I can hardly see. Okay. I'll kind of turn this way so you can kind of see my big hands with this tiny belt and these tiny spaces. Oh my goodness, how am I going to get you? So yeah, as I say, I'm going to curl the belt a little bit here. We'll try and get a bit of a curl in the belt to go around that first bearing stack. There we go. Now we got to get it through there. No, you're not cooperating with me. Okay, let's go ahead and do the zip tie trick. The zip tie forces it to go where I want it to go. There we go. Okay, get around there. I wonder if I can actually... Man, this is tight. This is tight. If I could get that zip tie, let me see if I can get that zip tie wrapped around that, and then the zip tie will sort of just pull the whole thing through naturally. It doesn't want to come through. You and I are off topic. That's fine. You guys, no, you guys go ahead and talk whatever you want there, because honestly, I need to concentrate on this more than anything right now. Because this is, I kid you not, for me, this is the hardest part of the build. So, okay, so leave you in there. And I remember doing my first zeros, and I got frustrated doing this. And I've learned you can get frustrated, but don't, like, frustration is it's not a good thing. And it's taught me patience. And it may take me a half an hour to run this one belt, but it is what it is. There's no way, unless there's some makers out there that have little tricks that I don't know about, but there's no way that I know of to speed this up. I am sure there's somebody out there that has tricks of the trade. This is where I tell my viewers, I don't blame you if you tune out, talk about other things, even leave the channel, go do something else. Because this can be crazy infuriating. There we go. Okay, I got the zip tie fed. There, the zip tie is in the belt path that I want it to be in now. Now, I should be able to force this through that path, ideally. Let's see. Now, the other thing I could do is I could tie that to the zip tie, which I've been known to do before, and then just pull it through. You know what? That may just be the best thing to do. I've done this before when I rebelted my Trident. I shrink wrapped the ends of the belts together, pulled it through, boom, it was like 5 seconds. The trick I use is to pull the belt right out of the gear opening and then loop it back from the top side. Yeah. I guess that could work too, but let me give this one thing a shot real quick. I need to find, because this has worked for me in the past, so this may work for me now. Let's just see. Let me try this. So we have this, I believe it was the red one. It was the red one. Okay, and then the zip tie. We're going to pull that right there. Grab my little heater. Is this little guy on? I haven't used this in so long. Okay, we're just going to shrink wrap this real quick. And this will either work or it'll just be me wasting time. But I think it's going to work to get around this hurdle. Okay. Okay. That's nice and snug. Let's see if this is going to do the trick. Okay, so what I've done is I've shrink wrapped my zip tie to the belt. And that did the trick. Look at that. That did the trick. Except I put it in backwards. Shoot. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're still tied to it. Okay. It worked, except I put the belt in backwards. Oh, that's laughable. That's laughable. Anyways, be patient with me, guys. You can do it again. If I can do it once, I can do it twice. It's duplicatable. And I was so proud, you know. Okay, there's our zip tie again. Let's make sure I do it right this time. All right, no big deal. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, it worked this time, and I did put it the right way around this time. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Dude. Zip tie, shrink wrap the zip tie trick worked again. Yeah, walking away is a good thing. Live, I have a hard time walking away live, but that's okay. So now, to finalize the bottom belt, we've come out through here. We're going to come around here. And we're going to come in the front, and that's where the bottom belts join up right in here. Okay, so that's pretty simple. So this comes around here. Yeah, this belt might even be enough to go around for the top belt. I don't know. And then the bottom belt comes through here. Okay, and there we are. So there's the bottom belt run. Okay, bottom belt complete. So I'm going to cut off plenty of belt to make sure that I don't run short. There we go. Maybe there's enough. I think there's going to be enough left in this one piece to do the top belt. I am going to chance it. Yes, I am. Got to remember that zip trick. It works really well. It works really well. If you need to walk away, it's the perfect chance to get your drink. Hey, Tor, perfect. You know what? I will. Actually, I have a part drink over here. I'm going to walk away right now, just to walk over to what I call my man cave love seat and grab whatever little drink I had left here that I was drinking while I was watching some Criminal Minds earlier. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now that we got refreshment in me, I can go ahead and tackle the top belt. And then we'll snug the belts up. Right now they're loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey, lemon juicy. So there's the bottom. Let's make sure you get down in the bottom there. Good. So I'm going to go do the top belt going the opposite way. So we have the bottom belt run, which is fine. So we're going to leave that there. Top one, I will just kind of do what I did with the bottom here and just sort of run a link through here. Come on, get out of the way, bottom belt. We'll run through here. We'll pull a little length out there. There we go. And we'll tuck you in the top here so you don't come loose. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the top belt. So we're going to have a look at this again. So now we're going to start from this side right here. So we're going to start with the top belt right here. So top belt's coming in around the loop through. It's just like the mirror. It's like a mirror image of the one we just did, pretty much. Okay. Oh yeah, there's going to be plenty of belt here. And I thought I was going to have to buy some more belt. Okay, let's not let the bottom belt get too loose. Actually, what I'm going to do, just before I start the top, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I just, you know what? Zip ties are the best thing in the world for builds. I'm going to grab a zip tie. Try not to use my teeth to open the box. I'm going to take this bottom belt. I'm just going to tension it up a little bit here. There we go. Just a little more. I'm just going to zip tie this belt so that it doesn't go all loosey-goosey and interfere with my routing of the top belt. Okay, pull that. Pull these things snug together. And I'll just, there we go. There we go. Just zip tie that bottom belt kind of in place so it stays kind of out of the way. Okay, there we go. Now we can run the top belt with confidence. Okay. So you got to come through here, and I've got to route you. Okay. We're going to use a zip tie to force you to route through here. Come on. Actually, if I pull you through there and then feed you back through. Why you got to be so difficult? Why is this one being so tough right off the get-go? You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to just reverse feed it through here first. Make it easier on myself. There we go. There we go. It's easier to go back through that way. Okay. Okay. I think I was on the right side of the stack. We're good now. Okay. So this is top. So here's that difficult part through the motor. Okay, just make sure the bottom one stays on the bottom. Okay, and then we come around here. Oh, this one looks like it might be a little easier because I've got the gears are on the top. Okay. So that's going to come around. Hang on, or am I on the wrong side? No, I'm on the right side there, around. And you've got to come out above that bearing stack right there. Okay, so I'm going to feed a little zip tie up here just to kind of force you to bend this way. Okay. Oh, it's so close. And yet, so far, maybe I can use the same zip tie trick, but this might come on its own right now. Hang on. No, it's not coming through the way it should. It doesn't want to come through, so I'm going to try if I can get a zip tie through there. Let's just see. If you're going pink, you got to be tough. It's so true. I hear you, man. We'll get it. I'm not overly worried about that. We'll get it. Yeah, I could just pull the bearing or pull the tooth gear out, feed it and put it back in, but I like a challenge, you know? And there's that old saying, misery loves company. And you guys are good company. Well, this is just this one's just not wanting to be fun for some reason. Okay. Okay, can't go in that way because it's going to be backwards. Okay, I'm just going to take a breather for a minute. You know what else is good company? LDO Motors. Absolutely they are. Okay. Taking the breather. Okay, let's give this another shot. We did it on the other side. There's no reason we can't do it on this side. No reason whatsoever. Okay. Around the gear. Around the tooth gear. On that side of the gear. And all we got to do is force it down this one path. So let's go ahead with that zip tie right through here. Let's go ahead and force you. We'll make you bend at the zip tie. Right like there. Okay. No, you're dropping too far down. Now you want to bend towards the exit. There we go. And with assistance from the zip tie, we got it through. That wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. Took a breather, took a drink, got it through. Okay, now we got to come around this side. And this is the one where I use the zip tie trick. So let's see if that'll work on this one. It made it much easier than the last one. Okay, so we're in, around, and boom. So this has to go through, around that one, and this should be okay. If we can get this zip tie through, we are laughing. Okay, and through. Come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it. Just a little further, little further. There we go. Okay, we'll do the same thing. We'll do the shrink wrap trick. And make sure we do it the right way this time. Okay, Put this in here. Let's get our heat gun. Come on. There we go. And yes, we got it going the right way this time. Okay. Now, watch the magic. Dun, da, da, da. There we go. Yay. Look at that. That heat gun trick, that little zip tie heat gun trick works really well. Done. That was quick. Okay. Ah, nice. Good job, Tim. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Then we pull this. Oh, yeah, there's lots of belt here. We have that one and that one. Yay! We ran the belts. Yay. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut some of this off because we don't need all this. There we go. Okay, and that little short piece is useless for anything. Does this use 14 for the Z's as well as, or NEMA 17? This uses NEMA 14s for the Z's. Tim Presley, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. I can switch back to this screen. So now I'm going to, we have these little, let's put my shrink tubing away before I spill it. Okay, we have these little, where's the second one? There it is there. We have these little tiny pieces here. There's these little guys that are threaded and they, well, it's hard to see them. Hang on. There's these little guys right there. Okay. And they go in the back of this and they hold the belt in place. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to undo this now. Let's go back here. I'm going to undo this part here now. Magic camera. Go up, go up, go up. There we go. So we're going to undo this and free the thing so we can attach the belts. Okay. Okay, let's put those away. Those are 8s. And I know we're going to need 6s when we actually do it. So now I just don't want to get confused here. Okay, so there's all our belts coming to the front. Cut this zip tie off. There we go. So I've left lots of spare belt material. So there's our top and our top. There's our 2 tops. I know the group is called the 4 tops, but hey, for some reason, NEMA 14s are impossible to get in the EU for a decent price. Really? Oh. Let me prepare, and I just want to make sure, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be these little, do I have another one here? Right here. I'm pretty sure it's going to be these M36 flatheads that I'm going to need in here to tighten the belt. Yeah, definitely going to be those. Okay, so we're going to have those ready in hand. This is a tricky part because basically what you got to do is you have to run your belts back through there and out through that hole, and at the same time you have to then use this little piece that's going to go in the back, and from the front screw some M360 flatheads. So you always prepare your husband's socks after doing laundry. Too funny. Hey, 3D Experiments, thank you for coming and joining in. Appreciate that. Enjoy your cocktail. Okay, this is the other patience part. So, I'm going to grab my one top belt. It's got to go through here. The other top belt has got to come around back and go through the same slot. So I don't know if there's a magical way to do this or if it's just like patience, but you got to fit those both through that tight slot. There we go. So those will come out the front on the top slot. Okay. Now the idea is to get them as snug as possible because you can use these. Now I'm going to make sure that these are actually backed off, which they are. And I've got to actually loosen these motors. These motor mounts, this is just the way you tighten these. You loosen these 3 screws. There's 1. Oh, they're already loose. I didn't tighten them. 2 and 3. I should be loose on both of them actually. 2, 3. That allows the motors to slide back and forth slightly. Okay, so we're going to actually put them that way. We're going to pull them both backwards that way so that they're at their loosest, so that when I get this kind of snug, oh, there it is there, then we have some tensioning room. So there's the top ones that are in place now. Now we're going to do the bottom ones. I should have done the bottom ones first, but hey, who am I to argue? So now we'll bring the bottom one through. Okay, and then we'll grist this other bottom one through. I can't really see what I'm doing too well. I don't know if the overhead camera is going to give you much better of a view of what I'm doing, but nah, probably not. Unless you actually do it, you don't understand the pain. And come on, get through there. It's a very tight slot, which it's meant to be because you don't want too much play in these. And then we'll pull that other bottom one. There we go. Okay. So now we'll just kind of get a feel for the belts all around. Make sure they're all in the same path and they're all running through the correct locations, which they seem to be. Now we're going to snug that up a bit, snug the bottom a bit. Now I've got to get in underneath here. This is the part I always, but anyways, now I got to get these little catchers, these little things here in the back, and then screw it in from the front and do it all without swearing. So let's see what happens. Mark Flanagan, let's see. What did you say? I missed you earlier. There you are. I saw that. I saw your message, Mark. I'm going to respond. I just haven't had a chance. I was prepping for the stream, but I will respond. Répondu, s'il vous plaît. Okay, we're going to screw that in. That hole is just a little tight. Oh, don't even go there. I don't know. I can't believe I said that on my stream. I should know better. Okay. So now we're going to try and get this holder downer into the threads. I think I did successfully thread that holder downer. Good. We're not going to tighten it completely because I may want to pull these a little bit snug again. Now my second holder downer, which I was showing off, is somewhere here. If you fell, I will be so upset. Oh, it's right in front of me. It's being hidden by the wire. This part is finicky, isn't it, Nuno? Okay, I got my second holder downer. Do you like my... I try and name my parts as professionally as possible. So that's they're my holder downers. Okay, so we'll put the second M3 in here. Okay, and we'll get the holder downer. Oh, come on. We'll get the holder downer. Here we go. And we'll see if I can bite that screw. Ah, yes. Gotta love this. I don't want to cut these belts off yet. Come on, did you bite it? You bit it. Good. That actually went pretty good. So now we're going to tension these before we tighten the holder downers. And that seems, those are pretty, that's a decent tension right there. Now, with those tensioned, I'm going to, and that was an M36 we needed for those. Where are they? Where one? I know my head's turned from you, but 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 of the M36s, so I can put the holder doomer thingy for the hot end here on the linear rail thingadoomer. There we go. So this can now be fixed to the linear rail. Or can it? Why are you not going in? Is that not? Why are you not going down the hole? Do you want button heads instead of... Are you looking for button heads? Maybe you're looking for button heads. Hey, Jerry, how are you, sir? Don't they hold down the belts? I think they want button heads in here. No, they don't want button heads. Why is that hole not big enough for the top of the socket head here? It's not quite big enough for the socket head. Well, let's let's use button heads in here. But the hole's not big enough for the button head either. I am not taking those belts off of this thing. If I have to ream those holes out, it's going to happen on the printer, on the piece. Okay. There's the one in there, no problem. You still have the built-in support of the tool head mount. Oh, yeah. This little piece right here. I've got to pop that off, yeah. I just haven't done that yet. Button. Who's got a button? Okay, we'll do this one here. I don't think it matters on this one if I use a button mount or a socket head, but I don't think these holes right here, overhead here, there's little holes right here, and they sort of countersink your screws here, but I don't think those holes are big enough. Whoops. So let me see. I don't think the button head's going to fit down that hole either. I'm going to have to ream that hole out just a little bit. Yeah, no, it's not going to fit. It's supposed to be countersunk, but they're a little bit too not quite reamed out enough. No, it's not a 5mm, so maybe a 5.5mm. Yeah, probably a 5.5mm. Let me ream that out a little bit. That's what she said. Little lube and shove it in. There we go. Not much. Don't screw up. Oh, did I just screw that up? Okay. No, I think I did okay there. Come on, get off of there. Still not big enough for the button head. Well, what the heck? Okay, 6mm. But just a little. Not drilling anymore. I had a fuse. Okay, well, let's go ahead and use 8mm then, if you're going to be like that. No straight oops. There we go. Well, we're on there nice and solid. Okay, well, that takes care of that. Ah, there goes a screw, another one. Okay, so don't want to over tighten these, but I want these to be nice and snug. Okay, those are good. Gives me a lot of snugging room there. Now I will go ahead and tighten up these belts. Okay. Hey, old curmudgeon, how are you? Okay, there we go. No binding. Why is that linear rail loose? What the heck is going on here? Did I not? I know I tightened that up. Well, we're going to have to tighten you up again. My rail is loose and I don't know why. Perhaps I need to use... Are they not? Oh, you know what? I bet these screws are too long. I bet I used M3/8 and I should have used M3/6s. Okay, well, we can fix that now. That's not a big deal. It's always been 8s. It's always been 8s. Okay. No big deal. Jerry, congratulations on that, by the way. That is awesome that you've ordered your SV08. That is great. I can't wait to see it. I'd love to get one, but budget. Fudget. 6. Do I have enough of these? Yeah, I think I have enough of these. I'm going to use these instead. I'm going to use cap heads instead of button heads. I think I have enough cap heads. Come on. And do I have one more? There we go. Yeah, this might be better. That's great, Jerry. Yeah, the screws are too long, which is interesting because I thought they were M3/8s for the rails, but they're M3/6s. But yeah, that's exactly what was wrong, Nuno. VCore 4500, yeah. That would be awesome to have. It looks like they've made some pretty good upgrades from the VCore 3. Okay. That's what happens when I don't have instructions to follow. I guess at screw sizes and get screwed. Whoops. Yeah, they can come off now. Oh, that one's good. And I think that's it. I think I got them all. Did I do this one? No, I didn't get that one. There we go. That's better. That's much better. Okay, let's snug these up now that we got these loose. Okay, that's pretty reasonable tension for both belts. Maybe a hair more. It's a little tight. We'll go there and we'll go there. Okay, now we will snug the motors. And we look like the gantry is going nice and straight and square. We'll find out. You were to watch me bleed. Oh, did you see last weekend? Oh, I should show you the cut that it ended up being. Okay, let's just have a peek here. We seem to be going back pretty even there, and we're good there. Okay. No binding. It's tight, but we're pulling motors. Okay, I feel confident to cut these. We got good belt tension with a little bit more room for play, so I feel confident in myself to go. Now, I can't leave any extra because we're going to have hot ends going on, and we need to, oh, did I? No, tell me I didn't. Oh, good. Those are for nut inserts to go there. Those aren't for heat insets. I thought I forgot to put heat insets in here and here, but there's nut insert slots on the top where we would put the nuts, but there seems to be a little bit of filament straggling in there. We can clean that out later. Okay. There we go. Success with the belts. All belts, 3 Z's, X and Y, AB motors, run. Yay. You want to see last week's? There's the result of last week's bludgeoning. It's pretty good now. And then I jammed a Phillips screwdriver into that thumb at work, which actually bled more than I thought it would. So it's interesting. Interesting how different places you cut yourself bleed differently, right? So, okay, that's that, and that's that. Okay, we have successfully got all the belts on. I don't know if I can put the top on yet or not. Let's while I remember, let's pull this built-in support out. There we go. That's off. I don't even know what I need to use for this particular mount for the hot end, or if it's the same one that I used on the last build. Where's my hot end from the last build? The one we took apart was using this extruder, which was the Bondtech. Now I don't know, is that going to be, no, that's not going to be, I don't know. I'm not sure what we have that's going to go on here. Anyways, we'll figure that out. Well, we're far ways from that yet. Actually, I have two different extruder motors here. I have a Bondtech and I have just a LDO pancake stepper here. So I don't know what I'm going to use. We've got to build the hot end yet anyway. So got a whole bunch of straggling wires and stuff. Cartoid, femoral, funny names for scary things. They are. Jugular. It's like, sounds like you're juggling. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down for a minute because we got a little bit of a back issue. You like my new sign? It says create. Anyways, okay. What's our time right now? 6:30. That's not bad. I finished that in an hour and a half. Not bad. We've made some good progress, and we'll continue to make progress through the week. But I'm going to have another look at my drawing here. Let me grab a drink here. Your sister gave you a big coffee cup that says "Old Guys Rule" with some other text. 3 days to go. Nice, Jerry. Jerry, you're catching up to me. I think I'll slow down and let you catch up. What do you think? Think that's fair? Building speaker boxes, you were able to, using a drill motor, Phillips bit, hit the same spot on your left finger twice. Yeah, I one time I drilled through the soft part between the thumb and the forefinger. I drilled through this hand, and the scar's actually cleaned up pretty good. But I drilled actually through it with a Phillips bit. It slipped and right through and poked a hole right through that part. So, but it healed up really well, considering. But that's a really soft. It doesn't really even, well, it hurts pretty good. It bled pretty good, but hey, we all have these. We all have the little oopses as we get older. So Barbie, you're looking pretty good here so far. I can't wait to get the motors on and running to level this bed out and see how this is all going to play out. So let's go ahead. I'm going to have a quick look at the CAD drawing again and see if there's anything else that I need to do prior to starting to put the electronics and stuff on. I know on the front here, here, let me switch to this camera again, and let me actually just zoom out on this guy a bit. And boom, boom, there we go. And the light's coming in from outside now, so it's pretty, I got light coming right in from a window. And so I know we have these caps that we put over these motor heads, like so, there to finish that off. And then I've got another one. Now I could have done these in the accent color too, I suppose. Although I don't think these were meant to be accent colors. And then this one goes on over here. Come on, cooperate. There we are. So we have those caps that cover those right there. It's pretty cool. Printer's name is Barbie. Love it. Yeah. Hey, pretty Ruxpin. Yeah. Somebody in chat suggested it's a Barbie printer because it's pink. So it's now known as the Barbie Tri-Zero. Tri-Zero Barbie. Get some barbed wire and add it to it somewhere. Barbie. Andrew, I can always count on you. Okay, so far so good. Let's just have a quick look at the CAD drawing. So let's switch screens. That's funky every time I do that. Boom. Okay, so let's bring back, this is the bare naked Tri-Zero because I was doing the, see, look, they have a different hot end mount on this one. And I'm wondering if that's the hot end mount I want. I don't know. I'll go with whatever hot end is going to fit what I put on it, because on the actual Tri-Zero build, well, hang on a minute. Why? Okay. Now I'm kind of, because I have the MGN 9 rails, I had to use a different one. So I have no idea what I just put on there, what kind of a hot end I'm going to need then. I'm going to have to look into that, because you can see that these two, but when I downloaded the files, it had the different one, and I needed to get the one for the 9mm rail. So we have that one on there and that one on there. And as you can see on here, it's a lot different. It's a heck of a lot different. So obviously there's a specific type of hot end extruder I need for this. I'm going to have to figure out what that is and do it, because I am not taking this flipping thing apart now. No siree. Can't imagine building any printer without CAD. Yeah. This is from the V01. Well, I've got another V01 over here that has the scooped kind on it. Oh, maybe you're right. It's the V02. This is a V02 mount, isn't it? This one, the one in the CAD drawing, is a V01. Because that's what's on the printer I have, my other 01 over here. That's what's on it. Mini Stealth Burner or Dragon Burner will work on that. Okay, cool. Yeah, the one in the CAD is V01. You're right. Exactly. Okay, well, so good. So I put the proper mount on here. That's all I needed to know. Okay, so let's go back to this is the box 0. Let's start turning some of the stuff back on it so that I can get a look at everything and make sure that I'm not missing something in the build. Okay, I'm just going to turn everything back on. This is the first time I've ever built, just so you guys know, this is the first time I've built I don't need the panels. This is the first time building a printer for me and I don't need the enclosure right now, with using the CAD drawing for most of my guidance. So I've never done this before. So what am I missing? The frame. Where's my frame? I should just close the drawing, don't save it and open it again. I think that's what I'll do. We'll close it and don't save, and then we'll go ahead and we'll open it. Open, and it is the Tri-Zero. Here we go. We'll just open it again. Yeah, and there's no real manual for this particular way I'm doing this build, which is why I did it this way. This is a little slow. My computer slows down a bit when I have Fusion 360 open. What MGN9 mount you printed? The rail block probably fits the motor mount. They're not modified. Yeah, I had to print a modified 9. Okay, so here we go. Here's the there we go. There's the Tri-Zero main one that I did. So we don't need the top hat, and the panels can come off. There we go. So that's the Tri-Zero. I believe I've got everything now. The bed spacers that they're showing here, right there, I didn't use. I could have, because I printed them, but it came with these brass bed spacers, which I use, which is fine. So we have our Wagos mounted under here. Oh, I don't have my, this I've got to put on. This is the, that goes under the Z stuff. That's the that's the clicky sensor thing for the nozzle clicky thing. So it's for homing Z. I love my terminology. I just love my terminology. That is the Z nozzle end stop. I knew I'd find the name of it. It's the Z nozzle end stop. We got to put that on. We've got that. Oh, so there's no part to go. Okay, we're going to put this on, which is just simply a cable guide. And then I believe I've got, what is that part right there? Oh, that's the front door thing, is it? What is that? No, what is that piece right here? Oh, that's supposed to be, this is supposed to be way down here or something. I believe that does not belong up where it was. So I'm just going to move that. I think that's the same thing. That covers that there. I don't know why that was just floating there like that. That's weird. Probably something I did. Okay. I think, so we're going to ignore all this part up top because that's different in the box zero, but I'm just looking to make sure I didn't miss anything on the install. We got the electronics, of course, that we're going to be working on, which will be the next step. This looks like it's a, what is that box there for? That one there, is that that's probably one of the electronics pieces here. That looks like it's the, yeah, that falls under electronics. So we're not going to worry about that right now. Yep. Oh, that's the DC converter. Okay, so we have that piece. That all falls under there. This piece here, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's on the box zero part. That looks like the, let's see, that's on the rear Z assembly part. And that is, that's up here. That's the rear 0Z unit. The rear 0Z unit attachment. I don't know if that showed up in the box zero. Oh, I closed the wrong one before. So let's go ahead and close this. Don't save. And I'm just going to open up the box zero here. And we're going to open. And we're going to find the box zero, which is right here. Lurking. Okay, you can lurk all you want, old curmudgeon. Appreciate you being here. Oh, no, I didn't crash Fusion 360. There it is. It just kind of minimized itself. It's just waiting to load the box zero one now. It's just my computer was a little bit slow. I've got a lot of parts here, extra parts I printed, but I think a lot of the parts I printed were for the 0.2, and they weren't really compatible with the zero. Yeah, that one other part's not on this. So in the box zero, if I get rid of the frame, no, not the frame, if I get rid of the enclosure, and there we go, and then we'll just get rid of this back part here, which is the panels we can get rid of. There we go. Okay, so yeah, the box zero doesn't have that sticky outy part that they had there. And I think I've got everything else. I'm just thinking I can put this top part on now, because I don't see the need for anything else in here. We've got our belts run. We have our X gantry run. We have all our tensioners on. Yeah, I think I can put the top on now for sure. And then we can start working actually on the electronics next time. So yeah, we've got everything else together here. So cool. So I think based on what I'm seeing there, I can put the top on. I'm pretty sure I can. Okay, let's do it. I'm going to have to, I stole some of these slide-in nuts for something else for these when we took it off. So I'm going to have to put some more inserts in there. Let's just see what I need. Doesn't really matter. We're square, so this can go on any which way. So I'm going to need one in here and one in here. So I need an insert on the inside pieces on every one. So I have a few of them left. I hope I have enough left. So we're going to need, we got one here. We've got to put one here. We've got one here. I've got to put one here. Right there. And then we've got another one here that's got to go here. Like so. And there's one without a nut. Oh, tell me I have one more, please. Oh, man. I've probably got one on the floor, you know. Because I've got one there. I've got to put one here. I've got one there, and I need to put one here. No, so I need one more. No, or am I good? 1, 2, 3. Got one. Got one there. Got one there. Oh, no, I just need a nut for this one, and I'm good. A square nut. Ah, whew. Yeah, I planned it like that. It's exactly right. Exactly right. I just got to find a square nut here. I'm looking in a round container for a square nut. There's one. I found one. There we go, square nut. Any which way, yeah. Any which way but loose, you turn me. Sorry, I'm not going to sing. Any which way but loose. Okay, now I need to get these down the right length because these are going to be a pain if I don't get them in the right length. So let's go ahead and use my little nut pusher here. Okay. Come on. Okay. You're going to be about the same length of the one that's in there. I'm pretty sure these ones are all set. I just had to steal a couple. So that should be good there. This one, let's move that down. That should be good there. Okay. That should be good there. Oh, well, this might be easier than I thought. No, I'm going to move you up a little bit. Come on. Okay. And I think we are good to go. Okay, so let's just make sure that I did that correctly. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty good. Make sure you have the logo parts facing the front. Well, there's a logo part here, a logo here, a logo here, and a logo here. There's none of them have two logos because of the way they were printed. Each part had the logo on one side. So no matter which way I put it on, it's going to have the logo. Now, this is tricky to the point that they actually slide into the grooves of the rails. And it's got to kind of be done a bit at a time. Okay. This one seems to, oh, this is that corner. This is that one piece that I wanted that to the back because it's not quite, well, it might tighten up. Let me just see. Okay, and I believe these were 6 millimeters going in there. You're not lining up. And this corner's not in properly. So we're going to pull this out. Okay. Yeah, and it's this piece here. So we're going to put you towards the back. This should be put on for the last time, yes. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Let's see now. I'm just hoping all these holes are going to cooperate and line up. That one did. Good. One down. So they are 6mm button heads. And we'll do this one. Okay. Okay. And we'll go here. Look, backwards. Okay. Nice. They all lined up pretty good. Not bad. Two left. And one more. Keep thinking it's wobbly, but there's wires, feet are sitting on wires. Oh, I already got that one. Is it this one? Which one did I miss? Which one? Right here. Right here. They make it unnecessarily tall, I know. Well, why does that not seem to be gripping? 5mm, 50mm taller than it really needs to be, but at least I know my PTFE will not rub on the top of the enclosure. Okay, let's see if that's it. This one wasn't quite biting. I don't think it was quite lined up inside there. That's better. There we go. That's that. Exactly, the umbilical doesn't hit the top. Nobody likes a rubbing umbilical. So there we go. That's Barbie's body all put together. And then we got to work on electronics. Wow, that's cool. I like it. It's a nice looking printer. I mean, it's overkill for a little mini bed, but hey, who cares? Yay, we're good. Get to wire up some motors, get to do some electrolysis, electronic stuff. So, and look at that. We're almost right at our 2-hour mark. I think we got some good progress done here tonight on this guy. I will through the week do some reading up on the electronics. I'll see what I need to order or get for the hot end, and we'll go from there. So yeah, you need 2 heat sets on the hot end mount. Tell me I don't. Are you telling me? Are you saying these ones right here? Because they have inserts there for square nuts. I'm hoping those are square nut inserts. Let's see. Yeah, those I can insert square nuts up here. Up here. Where else would I need heat insets? Oh, on the back. Oh, you're saying on the back here. Okay, well, that's no problem. I can put them in by hand. Okay, Leo. Interesting. For the 2 back holes. Okay. Yeah, Nuno, I can put them in by hand. Whew, I'm glad it's the 2 back holes because, yeah, those are easy to get at. I'll just take my other soldering iron and put them in by hand with my steadiness and, make them go straight as possible. I never even thought to look at that for heat insets before I put it all together, but I'm not taking it apart now. I am not taking it apart. Not at all. So I will do that. Thank you for the heads up on that, Nuno. Appreciate that. Did I turn my mouse off? Where's the battery dying? No, there we go. It's off. Okay, guys. Awesome. That has been, and I got lots of extra parts here. I got to check and see what these spare parts are for. Some of them are for the electronics. Some of them I don't need. We have our fan covers. Oh, there's our, one of these is the switch sensor right there, which we've got to put on, which is not a big deal. I do have the nuts insets in there for that. And I think a lot of this other stuff is either electronics related or if it was for the old 0.1 builds, because I honestly don't see a need for a lot of this other stuff I printed, or they were spare parts. So anyways, we'll figure that out at another time. So there we go. 22 people. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. It is time for me to go. There's that window I wanted to see. Okay, wonderful. Yeah, thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you showing up, and I appreciate everybody that's here. Thank you, everybody. Oh, that's cutting the top of my head off. Stop. There we go. Have a good night, everybody, and we will see you guys all next Sunday. I'm going to probably do a little bit of, again, electronics through the week, get this started a little bit. I've got some other old parts to tear apart. We'll figure out the hot end, and next week we'll see where we're at, and we'll continue to build. I'm just doing it through the week as well off stream, just so we're not dragging this out all summer. So I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I look forward to being with you all next week. So take care and bye for now. Have a happy week.